Hi, this is everything I keep in my gym bag. First off, I am someone who has quit the gym many times over for a variety of reasons, most of which were excuses that I found solutions to pretty quickly when I actually wanted to. I have been going very consistently. I have been actually growing. I have been enjoying it, which is a first for me. And I have found that taking a bigger bag and extra stuff with me that keeps me comfortable makes a lot more sense than to just quit every single time. So this is everything I do take with me as someone who is very anxious, especially in social settings, non-binary. So I don't really fit the criteria of going into either dressing rooms. And just someone who doesn't really know what's going on most of the time. We have the basics that you should probably have in your gym bag. We have shoes. These are never used outside. I think I thrifted these. Most of my stuff I thrift, get from Vinted, or have been around for a very long time. Obviously I still buy new stuff, but most of the time that's what's going on, so I don't really know where anything's from anymore. So I know a lot of people do like to go to the gym without a shoe on. That's not me. So I have that. I have water with me every single time. Plain water, absolutely the only thing I need. I don't take any other supplements during the gym. I used to be very dependent on pre-workout, caffeine, in order to actually finish a workout and have that push. I'm not anymore, but I did have to do a whole detox from that. I have my gym card attached to my water bottle because that way I'm not gonna forget either one of them. And then I have a towel, microfiber. It's pretty cheap. I think it's a lot better than an old towel, at least. Well, I have very sensitive skin, and I used to take an old towel that I just don't use anymore. But at the same time, it just gets, I don't know, it got rough on my skin and I had all these issues with it, so I kind of quit doing that. Got this for less than €5. It was cheap. Next up, actually stuff that a lot of people don't take, but I have found they keep me very comfortable. I have a big t-shirt. Yeah, I like wearing tight shirts. I like wearing muscle tees. I like having my arms out. I like checking my progress in the mirror. I like seeing how my muscles move and just base my form off of that. I'm not a professional athlete. I'm not a certified PT. I am someone who just has read a lot, looked at a lot, and I look into the mirror and try to figure out what the correct form is. But as I've mentioned, I'm also incredibly anxious and I have a lot of body dysmorphia, and that's my dog. Just a dude. If you made it to the end of the video, I hope there are some things you can take with you. Hopefully it helps you figure out what you need personally. All I can talk about is how I figured out what I need, and I think that's a pretty good example. But the goal isn't to tell you what you need. The goal is to help you figure out what you need. And I really sincerely hope that sharing my journey of how I figured myself out, how I'm figuring myself out, because I think it's a lifelong process, can help. We do not want to get to a place where we cannot come back from. Getting dizzy, feeling hungry, whatever. And I'm doing bench, and I'm surrounded by a bunch of big dudes who are usually incredibly sweet, to be fair, but it does make me anxious because I'm small compared to them and I'm not confident compared to them. And I usually get ready at home, change my shoes there, and just that's it. I shower and deal with everything else at home. But there was one time when it was pouring down heavy rain, and in those 2 minutes that it takes me to get to the gym, my shoes got soaking wet along with my socks. And that was one of the most uncomfortable 45 minutes of my life. So I always keep extra socks on me now. Still staying with clothes. This is also something that is just makes me more comfortable, I guess. Another training bra. I have a favorite one, obviously. Kind of wash it pretty frequently. I wash it pretty frequently, almost after every single time. But there are certain times when my nipples show, and that makes me uncomfortable. Sometimes, not every single time, but sometimes it makes me uncomfortable. So I found that taking an extra training bra with me helps a lot. Sometimes I change it, sometimes I put both of them on. There are no rules. Whatever makes you comfortable. It's just what makes me comfortable. I also have a sweater. Usually it's pretty hot at the gym, but I do find that, again, this is just to cover up. Sometimes I just need that extra like security of just having that. And then down to equipments. I don't have a lot, but they are all important. So down to equipment. I have straps. They're not used frequently. I actually just got them. I haven't really used them yet, but I am moving up weights, and soon enough I will start using them, but not yet. But you know, it's cool to have it around. I have a couple of things. This, these, and this. All of these are different forms of wrist support for me because my left wrist gets strained very easily. And if I'm doing a chest press, if I'm doing maybe a shoulder press machine or something, when my wrist gets like a lot of pressure and a lot of weight, it hurts a lot. And we don't want to injure ourselves. I try to make sure that I keep my wrist from straining too fast or getting too much weight on it. I prefer dumbbells, especially for this reason, because it's much easier on my wrist. These are a little bit too big on my hand, but the bigger size does give the extra support on my wrist, which I really like. And I have been using these every single time, because if you're using bars, you're using dumbbells, your hands are gonna get rough. And then I have a little bag of like feminine hygiene products, like pads and tampons and things like that. I also have poop bags with me because I have a dog, and you need to have that in every single bag because you never know when you're gonna need it. And then on the last step, I always buy different ones every single time, but I always have oat bars with me. This is a flapjack. Love. This is an oat bar. Love. I always have to think about the fact that he has been doing this for years and I haven't, and I'm still making progress and I'm still doing it. One more thing that helps that cannot fit into my gym bag is the support system that I have. Not just for the gym, in general in my life, the support system that I have is incredible. But I do get asked, because I ask my friends, because I ask the people around me to help me with it, to help me stay consistent. I do ask them to ask me about how it was, how I'm growing, send progress pictures, things like that, compliment my muscles, whatever, because it does help to have the compliments, have the external validation and not just the internal. So that's it. Comparison is not something you should be doing at the gym or ever, but I do find that taking just a big shirt with me and having the option to change into that actually gives me so much comfort. It's one of the first things that I started to add to my routine, to like what I'm bringing with myself, just because it makes me feel so much better to actually have the option to change, have the option to cover up, so no one can really see what my arms look like or what I look like or what's going on that sense. So this is a very important piece for me. Staying with clothes, socks. The gym, yeah, so the gym that I go to is right around the corner. So I usually wake up, coffee, water, SSRI, take my dog down, have a little walk. That's kind of, to me, feels like it's a part of the workout because it's like a 15-20 minute walk. So that's a little bit of the cardio that I do not do at the gym. I just do weightlifting at the gym. I do not like to do cardio at all. Well, most. Anyway. Yeah, so I usually have like a piece of toast or a banana or something just to have some carbs in, because we do not want to drink coffee and go to the gym on an empty stomach. But if I feel out of it for some reason, if the water is not doing its job, if I feel like I'm losing energy, it's really, really good to have some sort of snack with me. I usually do like to keep it sweet and full of carbs. And sure, the extra protein cannot hurt. That's why I like oat bars. And that's all. That's pretty much all that I take with me. It's not a big bag. It's not a lot of things. It's just the things that keep me going. It's just the comfort of knowing that I have options and I'm in control of what's gonna happen. I do have one more thing, but I don't really count that as like what I take in my gym bag, because I always have headphones with me because I cannot deal with people talking to me at the gym. I always have headphones on, and obviously my keys, but that's kind of it. The point of this video is pretty much just to show you how someone who struggles a lot with it still shows up. Maybe, hopefully, it helps you find a way to stay consistent and to go, and to realize that rules are there for you and not against you. There are no rules in what you take in your gym bag. There are no rules in what you like to wear, as long as it's appropriate, obviously. There are no rules in what makes you comfortable, and whatever that is, you should absolutely keep going with it, because why not? You know, it's so easy to get lost in our head. I have Aquaphor because my lips get dry and we don't want that. I have tissues with me, obviously. I have a deodorant because if I'm gonna go out afterwards, not out because I don't really do that, but like to this next to the gym there is a store. Sometimes I hop in for a drink or like a fun little something because I deserve it. A fun little treat because I deserve it. I don't like to smell bad, so that's necessary. But I always, come home pretty fast after the gym and shower, but I always just come home pretty fast after the gym and shower. I also have a bag of I also take my wallet with me, which is pretty much just a card holder in case I need anything. I have pills, just for acid, ibuprofen, things like that. I usually have these with me in any bag, because the last thing I want is to have a pounding migraine at the gym. It sucks. I see that, other person next to you who just has better abs and bigger arms and all of that, and it's just you're immediately comparing that to you in your head and being like, oh my god, I'll never change, I'll never be that. And that was one of the reasons why I kept quitting. And I don't do that anymore. I look at someone else and I think that person started from where I'm standing. If I'm going with my friend who pretty much handles double the weight that I do every single time, that's pretty much what this channel is about. So thanks for watching. I'll be back and I'll talk more. I love yapping. I never shut up. Bye. So, have a good day.